Hey everyone, this is Lord of Leaks. Thor is one of Marvel's luckiest, almost absurdly blessed characters. For Asgardians, life is built on simple pillars: food, weapons, and war. Their ideal ending is to die with honor in battle and earn a place in Valhalla. And the dark irony is that almost everyone Thor loved has already achieved that dream. His mother fell fighting the dark elves, his father was ultimately taken by time and old age, and his brother died facing Thanos head-on. Thor, meanwhile, is still standing, and judging by the latest teaser, his turn might be closer than people think. The hints about a potential death are so direct that it feels like a planted explosive, one meant to go off later. Drop a like, subscribe, and let's go. In the second Doomsday teaser, we see Thor in a forest, alone, praying to Odin, his father. We can't show the frame, thanks Disney, but the scene reads clearly even without the image. Thor is preparing for a major battle, and he isn't afraid for the throne, not for Asgard, not even for himself. He's afraid he won't make it back to his daughter. His prayer goes roughly like this: I ask for nothing, not crowns, not kingdoms, not pride. Father, hear your son. I don't deserve this life, but I beg you, extend my thread, not for thunder, not for war. Let me live long enough to see my love one more time. And yes, he's talking about his daughter, Love. That lands directly on the film's big theme, fatherhood. Insiders have been saying for a while that parent and child will be one of the story's core axes. The teaser confirms it shamelessly. But there's a detail that's even more interesting, deeper, subtler, and absolutely not accidental. Thor's wording about a thread of fate and the line about being unworthy of life isn't just pretty Shakespearean poetry. It's a very specific hook, the kind of thing the Russo brothers would drop on purpose to foreshadow where Thor's arc is going. Because in Marvel Comics, threads of fate aren't a metaphor, they are a functioning system, especially when we're talking about Asgard. Think of it as the source code of reality. Invisible threads determine who is born, who becomes a god, where the breaking point happens, and where the end is written. And for the Aesir, this is enforced brutally. Who controls those threads? The Norns, three sisters: Urd, the past; Verdandi, the present; and Skald, the future. They literally weave destiny like fabric. Each thread is a life, a god's, a world's, or even an event as massive as Ragnarok. The Norns live by the roots of Yggdrasil, the world tree. That's where their loom stands, the machine that holds Asgard's story from beginning to end. But here's the key nuance. For a long time, that destiny cycle was unnatural. Asgard kept repeating Ragnarok, apocalypse, death, reboot again and again, and something was feeding on it. Entities known as those who sit in shadow were draining energy from Ragnarok itself. Every end of the world fed them. That's why Asgard's fate became a loop: death, rebirth, death. Eventually, the Allfather got sick of watching the same cosmic rerun, and he made a move that wasn't supposed to work, but did. He forced Thor to learn humanity. When Odin sent his son to Earth and stripped him of divine power, something unexpected happened. The system glitched. Thor became human, and humans are chaos you can't calculate. People are emotional, irrational, driven by love, fear, rage, grief, not by a pre-written script. And that's exactly why those who sit in shadow could no longer predict Thor's path. That was Odin's plan all along. In the end, Thor literally retraced his father's path. Just like the Allfather once did, Odinson hung himself on Yggdrasil. And this wasn't a pretty myth, it was a turning point. That's how he gained rune magic, true knowledge, and finally saw who was really pulling the strings of Asgard's fate. That's why, in the teaser, he speaks like his own life doesn't matter. To become the Rune King, you have to pay, a sacrifice, the life of Odin's son. As the Rune King, Thor destroyed the very mechanism that kept Asgard on a leash. He shattered the loom of fate, tore the threads apart, and broke the loop. The destiny of the Aesir stopped being a pre-written script, a cursed cycle repeating again and again. And here's where it gets really interesting. In the MCU, the multiverse basically functions as Yggdrasil. Its branches are separate realities, essentially the same threads, just scaled up to something far bigger. Loki is the one holding them. The writers didn't call him a gardener for nothing. He doesn't rule the multiverse like a tyrant, and he doesn't reshape it into a rigid design. He simply keeps the tree alive, making sure it grows without tearing itself apart. Then Doom arrives, and he's not about trimming branches or healing the trunk. He wants to rip the entire tree out by the roots, not reshape it, not guide it, erase it down to nothing, so no realities can keep multiplying at all. In that sense, Doom becomes both an echo of those who sit in shadow and a new searcher, someone dreaming of Ragnarok, not for Asgard, but for the entire multiverse. And that's exactly where Thor steps in. His personal goal is to save his brother and stop Victor from wiping out the Tree of Realities. This isn't just hero versus villain anymore. It's a fight over the structure of existence itself. Does the universe keep a tree, or does it get reduced to one single line, controlled, locked, and forbidden to branch? In the comics, the way Thor stopped Asgard's doomsday cycle, the way he broke Ragnarok and slapped the shadow puppeteers in the face, was through the runes. He became the Rune King, one of the most powerful versions of Thor ever. In that state, he combines rune magic with Odin's power, the Odin Force. In simple terms, Thor becomes dramatically stronger than he's ever been before. The source material makes it explicit. As the Rune King, Thor's physical strength essentially reaches infinity, and that's only the beginning. Runes are one of Marvel's most brutal mystical power sources, not a flashy lightning trick, but a tool that lets you read past, present, and future, cast spells by pure will, and touch the fabric of reality with your hands. With runes and access to the world wells, Thor gains control over the present in the widest sense. He starts seeing more than gods can see. He suddenly understands human science, natural processes, the deep structure of existence, animals, fossils, quantum patterns, cosmic architecture, even the emptiness beyond everything. He sees the trajectory of the future, people, worlds, trees, wars, and the end of every end. That's why he can stop an endless Ragnarok and rebuild the world anew. Runes amplify Thor in every way, not just his raw power, but the Odin Force multiplied. In this form, he becomes stronger than Odin and can fight beings who don't care about ordinary magic. And there's a mental layer too. The Rune King can pressure the minds of entire worlds, craft illusions on a cosmic scale, and influence entities on the level of Galactus, not because he's a wizard now, but because he gained access to the code reality is written in. But the key is the price. To claim the runes, Thor repeats Odin's ritual, the hanging on Yggdrasil. He dies, falls into hell, and only then Odin's spirit pulls him back. It's a literal bypass of death, a cheat code purchased with suffering. From that moment on, Thor gains the right to interfere with fate, not only his own, but the fate of the world tree itself. And that's exactly why those who sit in shadow fear him more than anyone. He snaps the very thread that kept the 9 realms trapped in an endless Ragnarok loop. After that, Thor gains near total knowledge. He starts seeing through time itself, noticing every cycle, every repetition, every possible ending. And a brutal truth hits him. It's all happened before, more than once. Then comes the turning point. Thor destroys Yggdrasil and, in a way, takes its place. He merges into the framework of the multiverse and gains something close to omnipresence, because the world tree spans space, time, and an infinite number of universes. In some layers of reality, it doesn't even exist as a physical object, but as an idea, a governing principle. From that moment on, Thor can exist beyond the usual rules, beyond time, beyond space, and even beyond cause and effect. He can calmly stand within the realm of those who sit in shadow, entities that exist outside the multiverse. Their fate games no longer touch him, manipulation doesn't stick, scripts don't apply. In essence, Thor becomes the concept of the world tree itself. He is time, space, and reality fused into a single being. He can shape concepts, rewrite reality, reach into time, life, and death, not on a planetary scale, but across the entire multiverse. His true size can't be measured. The 9 realms, infinite universes, and whole planes of existence become part of him. And that leads to the final takeaway. If Doomsday and Secret Wars truly echo Infinity War and Endgame, the logic is simple. Thor will once again seek a source of absolute power. In Infinity War, that source was Stormbreaker. In Doomsday, it will be the runes. Thor becomes the Rune King to stop the incursions and prevent Dr. Doom from cutting the multiverse's tree down to the roots. And if he can't stop him, if Doom kills Loki and destroys the tree, Thor will have only one move left. He'll use the runes to take Loki's place, to become the one who holds the next version of the multiverse in stability and balance. Loki was the gardener. Thor will become the trunk itself. He won't rule worlds, and he won't mesh of us in the small stuff. He'll become the support, the thing that holds everything together, that keeps the branches from tearing apart and realities from collapsing. That will be his final sacrifice. Not death, but eternal duty. and it perfectly rhymes with his prayer. He isn't asking for victory or glory. He's asking for his thread of fate to be extended, not for war, not for thunder, but for love, so his daughter can grow up in a stable, safe version of reality. That's my theory, and I really wanted to share it with you. Drop your own predictions and takes in the comments. That's it for me for now. A new leak breakdown is coming tomorrow.